first with Joe Chats from On Tap Sports.
Thanks, E. Thanks, Frank. How's it going today,
Good, Joe.
sir?
Good, Joe. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks. Trying to enjoy the sunshine,
Nice.
To start off, I'm curious with Fede and Mauricio coming back from injury, as well as the guys from international break, what the availability for the squad on Saturday will look like.
Yeah, I mean, Fede will be good to go. He's been training with the team since last week. Mari took part in training today for the most part. So I think he should be available unless something, any setbacks. But he took, I would say, more than 3/4 of the training he was involved, and we were a little bit careful in the end with him. So he missed, one exercise in the end. So the rest of the guys are all in today. They will be doing some stuff inside in the gym, and we should have everyone ready to go tomorrow. So I mean, I think for me, other than Chris Mueller, who's out, and Gaston with cards at the moment, I feel that everyone should be available for selection and would be available for the game.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we'll go to Alex Calabrese, Men in Red 97.
Hey, Coach. Nice to speak with you today. Calling in from the great state of New York.
Okay.
So
hope you're
I'm
well.
wondering. Yeah, what's that?
I said I hope you're well.
I am doing well, thank you. So when you took over the team in May, it honestly felt like playoffs were quite far away. But now, even though you need help from other teams, it's still a possibility going into the last game. Do you think the season would be a failure if you guys don't make the playoffs?
I don't, that word is a failure is not a great word that I would use. But I mean, look, I think the teams that don't make the playoffs, you can look at it that it hasn't been a successful season. There's no other way of sugarcoating or putting it. I wouldn't use that word, but I think there's 8-9 teams that get in, and then there's an opportunity for postseason, and the rest of the teams are not there. So you can't, any way you look at it, for me, it would be a situation where we were not able to accomplish the goals that we set forth. So we wanted to give ourselves an opportunity, and we had. Anything can happen. I think the important thing is just to focus on what we have to do, and we know it's going to be a difficult match, especially a team that's still, there's a possibility and an option for them depending on what happens tonight. But I'm sure every team wants to finish strong, even if that's their last game of the season. And for us, we just have to go and try to take care of business, and then we'll see what happens with the rest. But we have to, kind of control our situation first, and then hopefully some things go our way.
Thank you.
Thank you. Larry Hawley, I see that you're on. Do you have a question for Coach?
Hey, Frank, hope you're doing well. I'm curious, just over the last few months, where maybe have you seen some growth from this club, whether the way they play individually, players, and I guess maybe what will you take away from these last few months, whether you make the postseason or not?
Yeah, I mean, I think when I look at the club as a whole, I think there's been tremendous growth. I'm not talking now specifically just the team on the field, but I think all around. I think when Joe Mansueto took the team, I think that we were lagging in so many areas, front office, on the business side, on the soccer side, which is the most important thing, for us. And I think he's in his time that he's been here, I think he's put his hand in the pocket, and really has put the resources that we have needed and we lacked before. I think for me in the past, to bring the club up to par and try to become one of the elite clubs, not only in MLS in the world. The last part is just the on-field stuff. I mean, again, I think for us, I think there has been growth, but we're very close. I think we're, the mission and the goal for the team is to be, winning trophies and championships. And, I think getting in the playoffs is the first step. And it's a club and a team that we haven't been there in a long time. So that's the last part, getting the on-field stuff right, and bringing players really with quality, but also that have the culture and are committed to do whatever it takes for the success of the club. Yeah, I think we're close, you know. But if we don't do it, I think that we really have to take a hard look and see, you know, the steps that we have to take. And they're not going to be easy steps in order to get there and be a club that's consistently there every year.
Thank you. Ari Lillenwall, I see that you're on as well from MLSsoccer.com. Do you have a question?
Yeah, sure. Thanks for the time, Frank. So you've got a bit of a unique situation with this game, you know, fighting for a playoff spot on decision day.
Yeah.
You need a result. In terms of your messaging and mentality to the players for a game like this, you know, how much of it is trying to get them to treat it like a normal game and not make too much of it versus also making sure that they understand the stakes and play up to the moment? Thanks.
Yeah, no, I think, hi, Ari, good question. I think the focus for us, I mean, you can look at it as another game. I think it's important. Just, I think for us, it's always, I think, you know, the preparation, the daily preparation, and I think, you know, what we put forth every day, and you know how we try to prepare the guys, and you know, from the head of performance guys to the coaching staff and this or that. I think that doesn't change. It's not that we're gonna do something crazy where they feel, even though they know that it's a big game and an opportunity, but I think it's business as usual for us. And I think the one thing for us, I think late in the season, I think we've been focused on, especially with on-field stuff, is just really reducing the volume and just increasing the intensity. So it's nice, short, and sharp, just to make sure that we are 100% fresh and ready to go with energy come Saturday. And I think the other part is that, you know, we're missing a lot of guys away with international duty. Your fingers are always crossed that they come back and then they're healthy. You know, I think everyone is back today, and hopefully we don't get any bad news tomorrow. But, you know, I watched all their games. They seem to have, you know, been okay after their matches. And look, it's one game right now. You have to put guys that, in the end of the day, you know that you can count on. It's not going to be an easy game. There are guys that you know they're going to leave everything on the field for you, and that's going to be the most important thing. Be really organized, have a very crystal clear game plan, and put guys that now that we can, that you know are going to leave everything on the field, and that's the most important thing, Ari. You know, I think that that's the message for me, is that just this game and in every game, it's just making sure that, you know, there's no regrets after the match that say I could have done this, I could have done that. So you know, we go with that mindset: prepare well, take care of ourselves, and go and leave everything on the field, and then there's no regrets after that, regardless of what happens. We know it's a game, anything can happen. We're playing against a good team, and we have confidence in ourselves. We believe 100% that we're a team that we should be in the playoffs, and we need to take the field with that kind of confidence and belief.
Thank you. Joe, I see your hand is back up.
Yes, I did have one more. Thanks, Steve. Thanks, Frank.
Yeah.
Just Frank, Marin's coming up next, and I'm just curious what you've seen from him this year on a loan with the buy option from the team. He's provided some versatility, you know, at both winger positions. I'm just curious what you've seen from him.
Yeah, I think for me it's all about consistency. I think when we need wingers that, look, his characteristics is a guy that has pace, he can get behind, but you know, but the thing is always it's you know, I want two-way players. I think not only getting forward, but also his ability now without the ball to help the team. I think consistency is another thing. I think as any new player coming into the league, it does take time to adjust to the league. I think he came in very strong, I think, and then, you know, there's a period where, you know, I think normal with the amount of games he's played, our league is a little bit different. He needs to adjust, but look, I think he has qualities to have impact in the final third. I think for me, it's always about consistency, you know, and I need wingers, and we need wingers on the team that are going to be constantly a threat, and we need guys that are going to get on the scoreboard, whether it's assists and goals, and he has the ability. It's just about now realizing to be able to do it consistently.
Thank you.
Thank you. Last question. Alex, I see your hand is up again.
Yes, thanks again. Playing in a baseball stadium presents its own set of challenges, but New York City are a good team as well with a lot of good players. What kind of a game are you expecting on Saturday?
I think it's exciting to play. I remember back in the old days when I used to play, the Sting used to play at Wrigley Field, and they used to get 33,000. So, yeah, I mean, look, New York, they're a very good team. I think we've been focusing today a lot in the last couple of days, and just the way they try to build pressure on us, and the different ways that they look to press and to have solutions available. They definitely have players, quality players, like every team. But it's just making sure that that we're very well prepared, what to expect from them, and then obviously just go with confidence and make sure that the areas that we've been focusing on with the ball and where to attack them, we consistently do that. But it's about confidence, knowing that it's going to be a difficult game. You're going to be in difficult moments, and we got to stay strong in those moments, and then find ways where we keep it really tight defensively. We give nothing away, and then I know that we're going to get some opportunities with the ball to get chances.
Thanks, Coach. See you this weekend.
Okay, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you, everyone.